So this evening, we have a very talented chef, the chef of BLDs. Please, everyone, welcome Rogelio Hernandez, a.k.a. Roger.
Good evening. How we doing today? Good? Hungry? A little bit? All right. So, to get started off, am I too loud? No? Never heard my voice over a speaker. Kind of weird, sorry. We are first going to start with a bruschetta with burrata cheese. This is something I have in BLDs. It's actually an appetizer you guys can order. So if you guys like it, you guys can come back and visit me instead of his $40 special.
So explain to us exactly what is burrata. What is burrata?
Burrata? It's a wet mozzarella. Yes.
Yes.
Any other questions?
So it's basically a mozzarella with some cream, mozzarella and cream.
Yes. Yes, sir. It's right in front of you. Okay, well, let's get started with, we're going to start with a garlic oil, all right? So we're going to get our pan in here, all right? And to go with it, you're going to have fresh garlic, all right? Who loves garlic? A lot of garlic lovers, huh? Very nice, very nice. We're going to also have some vinegar oil.
Vinegar oil.
Vegetable oil. That's an inside joke. If you guys came in last year, you guys know what I'm talking about. I had to say it before he did. All right, so we're going to get our oil warm, and then we're going to just start throwing in the ingredients. All right? For all you garlic lovers, we're going to take the ends off of the garlic. Michael?
Why?
Why? Because they don't cook properly. When you bite it, you chew it, and it's the end.
Texturally.
Texturally, sorry. All right, so you want to bring this to an actual boil, and then you want to turn it down to a simmer. All right, you don't want to, if it's too high, if it's boiling, you're actually frying the oil, and you really don't want to do that. You want the oil to seep in slowly, and then the garlic will release its juices and its flavor.
So basically, you just want the garlic to steep in the oil, nice and slowly.
How's everybody doing so far? Yum, I like that. BLD's appetizer.
So could you substitute garlic for a different kind of oil? So say if you had an allergy to garlic, could you use a different kind of oil? Could you use like lemon oil or something else like that?
Yes, sir. You can use, you can use whatever you want. This is just a baseline of what oils go. I'm going to throw some basil stems in there, give it some flavor, some chili flakes. I'm going to cut the basil, basil stems. All right, we're going to take all these nice basil and take it out of there. And then we're going to throw just a stem in there where it can also release its juices and its flavors. All right, we're going to throw some chili flake in there.
And that's a great way to utilize the stems instead of not just having to throw them out. And you could do that with any other kind of herb as well, like parsley or tarragon or oregano.
Yes, sir. We're going to put a pinch of salt and pepper in here, fresh ground pepper. Oh, I'm going to use the leaves once it's, if I use the leaves now, they turn black. So I'm going to wait for it to cool off a little bit, and then I will add the leaves in there. All right. While my garlic oil is actually going, I don't know, can you guys see this at all? All right, so it's starting to boil out a little bit. So while that's going, I will start my bruschetta. All right? Any questions so far? No, mouths are full, huh?
So I noticed that you're using a Roma tomato. Would it be fine to use a different, like an heirloom tomato or a different kind of tomato than a Roma?
You can, but Romas are more, the other ones are just soften up too quick, and they just release more juices and water, and then gets too acidic. So Roma is actually what I would use. The other tomatoes just break down too easily, and next thing you know, they're all soft, and you don't want soft tomatoes. So first what we're doing is we're de-seeding the tomato, putting these aside. And I don't really use the tomatoes for anything else, the seeds. Michael, what can you use the seeds for?
There's really not much you can use it for. I know that you could actually dry them out and use them as a garnish, but besides that, not much.
All right, we'll throw those to the side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just basically start cutting slices first. See how this is starting to go? Just lower it down a little bit. Start slicing, and then I just do a dice right after this. You guys appreciating my knife skills? All right. So what we're going to do is get our bowl ready. Then we start slicing the other way down.
So you're just looking for a small dice, right?
Yes, sir. That way, you all right? All right, we're almost done with this. And going with this, we're going to put some of this garlic oil that's actually going. I have some prepared already. So I don't want to use it hot because then it'll start cooking your tomatoes, and you don't want that. All right, you don't want to throw it into the refrigerator to cool it off, because then everything will just congeal and then it'll get all foggy and cloudy. And I mean, it's still usable, but that's not the right approach to it.
So the best thing to do is just let it cool at room temp?
Cool at room temp, yes. And then actually, once it gets warm, you can add your basil to it. All right? Let me just pull these. Yes. 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 So the only other stuff is the actual basil that goes on it. Everything else, you could just put it in a different pan or something that's cool already, and then just let it cool at room temperature. All right? So now we have our diced tomatoes. I'm also going to use basil for my bruschetta. That's the flavor you guys got there. All right? Any questions?
I'm just waiting till I see you chiffonade that.
No, I'm not going to chiffonade it. That's why I was waiting for you. I'm just going to rough chop this. All right? Chiffonade is just, to me, it gets together to intertwine, and then you got chiffonade basil just hanging out to the side. All right? So I'll just rough chop it. Just a quick rough chop. All right? We are going to add some salt. All right? Let's go with our handy pepper that we have here. My hands are kind of slippery right now, as a matter of fact. All right. And then I actually have some garlic oil ready. All right. Throw that in there. And I'm going to put this to the side because I'm also going to use it in a second. All right? So get it all together, mix it up. One more important component to this is actual garlic. All right? Where are my garlic lovers at? I like it. Waiting for the next course, correct? Seconds, I like that. BLDs. You guys know where I am at.
So with that oil, you're just looking for a really nice coat on the tomatoes, right?
Yes.
You're not looking to be like oily or...
Which one? This one? Yeah. Just to coat it. Let all the flavors infuse with the garlic and the tomato and the basil. Basically just marinating them. All right? So this is done. We're going to set this aside for a second. And now we're going to go with the crostini, is what you guys had there, right? All right. So what I'm going to do, just go a couple crostinis down.
So what kind of bread are you using?
This is a French bread, as a matter of fact. A baton. French bread is what I put on there. All right, so next I'm just going to oil with the same oil that's actually here, but like I said, I did some ahead of time because this is going to take 30 minutes in.
So if that bread's not available, is there something else that you could use?
You can use whatever you like. Yeah, Ralph's always got it. I always go to Ralph's. Anybody Ralph's shoppers? Yeah? Who's got a Ralph's card out there? I do. All right, so we're just going to season these once again. All right. Try to do both sides. You can also do this on a grill. You guys got a barbecue grill. You could sear them on a hot pan, throw them in the oven. Many different ways to do this. All right. I'm going to get my little pan and then just throw them in the oven real quick. All right. And then we also got our burrata cheese. Where is it from, Michael?
It's from Italy.
Italy, huh?
The word burrata actually means buttered in Italian. Comes from the southern part of Italy. It originates from 1920, 1900, roughly.
Wikipedia ain't got nothing on my boss over here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna spoon the burrata cheese on my crostinis that were already done. Make sure my other ones don't burn. All right. Oh. We have any questions or comments yet? What was that? Doesn't show where the cheese is? Michael, you want to check that for me?
Yeah. It is not warm, no. You can warm it up and it will melt, yes. It is really soft. Because what burrata is, it's basically on the outside of it is a firm mozzarella, and they actually stuff it with mozzarella that's been mixed with cream. So it's really creamy inside.
All right. Let me just finish this last one up. Then we'll put the last one on here. There you go. Very simple, very easy. Nothing much to it.
What was the black drizzle that was on everybody else's plate?
The black drizzle on everybody else's plate, since I got cut off by Michael, it's actually balsamic vinegar, reduced down. All right, no sugar added. My hands are shaking. Did you see that? Let's do this again. What's wrong with me right now? Let's make it easier for me.
There you go. So that's just regular balsamic vinegar that's been reduced.
Yes.
Just in a pan over a low heat. There's so much sugar in it that when it does reduce, it turns out to like syrup. It comes out like syrup. So very low heat. Well, really, you're taking it probably to about a fourth of what it was. So if you had a cup, you want to take it to about a quarter of a cup.
There goes our finished product.
Excellent.
All right.
You're halfway there.
18 minutes in. Should I slow it down?
You're good. You're
Should
good.
I slow it down? All right. That was our first dish. Let me clean up a little bit. And for our second dish, it's going to be a couple of components, all right? What I'm actually going to start with is my potato, all right? It's a gratin. All right, it's basically just a layered potato. All right, I layer it with clarified butter, salt and pepper, and I just do layers, 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 layers. Like Shrek, for the layers, right?
So if could you use like a different kind of root vegetable, say like a parsnip or something else along that lines besides a potato? Would that work?
Yes, you can. You can use any potato you want. As a matter of fact, I was thinking of using beets in this, but I was afraid it were going to bleed, and you know, it doesn't. It looks pretty. Don't get me wrong, but I just didn't want it to bleed. Kind of wanted it to be uniform all the way through. So what we're doing is we're not even going to put these in water because you actually want the starches to be there. It's going to make it all stay together. All right?
So if you were to soak the potatoes in water, the starches in the potatoes would actually leach out.
Yes.
And that's what you really want to kind of glue it together.
So this is going to be a little bit of a long process, all right? So I actually got nice potatoes here. The ones that I used for your guys' were little golden potatoes, and all right? What shape? What do you mean, what shape? It's very thin, very, very, very thin. Yes, you can use these for potato chips also.
So what is that tool that you are using to slice that?
This is a mandolin. Be very careful, all right? I don't want to hear that potatoes have blood in them. Would I get sympathy points if I cut myself right now? As long as you wash your potato, you really don't have to peel it. You know, there's nothing wrong with the peeling. Here at Valley View, we do have something called Victory Wash, and we do that to all our vegetables throughout the property. Black and Blue does it, BLD's does it, the buffet. So just to be on the safe side, you know.
Victory Wash is a sanitizing solution that basically just sanitizes any kind of fruit or vegetable that's eaten raw.
Ready to eat. Salads, lettuce. All right. Looking for my pan around here. There it is. Should be enough for now. Just want to show you how to layer everything on it. All right. What you want to do is actually have a piece of parchment paper that I use. That way it won't stick. I'm also going to use butter on the parchment paper. All right. I got to cut it down to size. Cookie sheets. What do you guys call these? Cookie sheets, parchment paper?
So is this something you could do a day in advance?
You can. You can do this a day in advance. I did. Do it a day in advance. Save myself some time. You know, and then once I cut it halfway, I fold it down to size. It don't have to be too accurate. You know, and then you have it down there, and then you use clarified butter on there. All right? It's going to be...
Well, you'd have to bake it. You would have to bake it if you wanted to do a day in advance.
It's cooked butter without the fat.
Because it will still oxidize.
Without the cream and fat in it. So we just boil it down. So now all I'm doing is I'm layering it down, as you can see. And then I'm also going to hit it with some salt and pepper. Now, if you guys don't like pepper too much, you guys can do it every third layer. All right? So hit it, And then just keep clarified butter it. All right? All right, and then we go with our second layer. And then you just go layer after layer, and we're gonna start on our filet. All right? All right.
What do we think so far?
Very nice. So for number 2, we're actually gonna make the mushroom stuffing that you guys are all tasting right now. All right? What I'm gonna do is I am going to chop the mushrooms. All right? You know, you want it a small chop, small dice. Can't call it a dice because they're not gonna be very uniform, but it's gonna be pretty small.
So you're basically just making a mushroom duxelle, correct?
Yes, sir. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this cut down, heat it up, throw some fresh herbs in it, some garlic. Good? Good stuff, I hope. All right. Throw some butter on here. Get it nice and warm. Then we're going to use, actually sweat the shallots and the garlic. Sweat those bad boys for a second.
So is there any reason that you're using a button mushroom compared to like a portobello or cremini or something?
I just use a a button mushroom today, but yeah, you could use portobellos, creminis, whatever's in arm's length. All right, let that cook down for a second. Then I'll just throw my chopped my chopped mushroom in there. How's that smelling? Smell good so far? Thank you. Ellie. Season it, salt and pepper. Then just let that cook down for a second. All right? Actually, while that is going, I am probably going to start making my peppercorn demi. All right? Peppercorn demi also has some garlic in it. 1 piece of garlic. I am messy. All right, this is almost done. My mushrooms are almost done. And now I'm gonna chop up a little bit of herbs to just give it that extra freshness flavor to it. I'm gonna throw some parsley in there, and I'm gonna throw some rosemary. All right. I know I got rosemary somewhere around here. Oh, can't Just let it cook down. Don't have to touch it so much. Take this out of here. Yes, sir? Take that out of the way. So now we're actually going to start.
I'm actually counting every time you say all right. We're at about 115 right now.
115? I'm trying to beat last year's record. Thank you for the laugh. Appreciate it. All right. Garlic. That's the garlic that I just chopped right now. Oh, that's oil. I'm sorry. Just throw a little bit of oil in there to cook off your garlic. All right. All right. No more? All right. We're getting tired of the all right.
120.
120. All right. In counting. All right. So we're also going to have some beef broth here. All right. I like it. And then we also have some heavy cream. All right? These things are cooking down. Now I'm going to say it all the time. Very noticeable. I found it.
No, you're already saying it. You're just noticing it now.
While those were actually caramelizing, I usually put Jack Daniels in there. All right? Now everybody says all right. I like that. All right. Now we add our cream to that. And then we just let it cook down a little bit. Yes. Are we excited or what? All right. Relax. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and start our filet. All right? I got a following. You can let this go. It should reduce down on its own. It should get thickened on its own, all right? Filet, we're going to get it, and we're actually going to cut it in through to make sure there's a slit, a pocket in there, for we can throw all the mushroom decel. All right, both sides. I got my hot pan, and I am also going to throw some oil in there. All right. Now I'm going to stop saying that. I can't. I was never this popular in high school. Now I'm a trendsetter all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden a trendsetter. All right, so filet is stuffed. We got them both cut. Stuff them in there. It gets a little bit messy, but it's okay. Remember they used to say, put your underwear in it or put your sock in it? Same thing. It's a little messy.
I don't know.
Now I don't know. Earlier he was, yeah, you're welcome. I taught you how to do the gratin. Now it's like, I don't know. My friend. Season it. All right. So hopefully the oil is hot now. You don't ever want to put it in a cold pan or else it'll stick, and just get the oil nice and hot.
So you really want to wait until you actually see smoke, till your oil starts to smoke before you add to it. And then you know it's hot enough. Or you put your finger in it.
It's ready when you hear the scream. Hopefully we'll hear some sizzling out of all of this. No? Let it go. Okay, so now I'm going to add the green peppercorns to it. See how nice and thick it is? Fillets are going. And our potatoes are down. All right? So now it's almost time to plate up. Hey. Why do you need me here for now, right?
No, we need someone to clean up.
All right, so I'm just going to cut this down to size. I mean, ouch, it's hot. Came out of the oven, right? All right, so we're going to throw these down. We're going to get our fillets, throw them in the oven for a minute. All right, I'm going to check my fillets. Make sure they're nice and cooked. Unless you like rare fillets. Who loves rare fillets over here? No? Some yes, some no, huh? I'll have to... Depends on what temperature you want it. You really wanted to get it like 115 for rare. That's going to be like 8 to 10 minutes, and then you go from there. If it was like a big roast, like a big prime rib, you get it at 115 and you just let it set, and then it will keep cooking as it sits because it's so big and wide. All right?
All right.
So my fillets are almost ready. So now I am going to cook my vegetables. My vegetables were pre-blanched, as a matter of fact. I didn't want everybody to be here for so long. Salt, pepper.
And pre-blanching your vegetables is a great idea if you're having like a party at your house and you don't want to be all night in the kitchen. Then you would have your gratin already set up and you'd have your veg already blanched. So, you know, you could just jump in the kitchen real quick and heat it all up.
And here goes our rare filet right on top of that. Now, you can either hit it with your blue cheese now, or you can throw it back in the oven and hit it with your blue cheese. That's totally up to you. I love blue cheese crumbles. We use the Stilton here. You guys usually use the Stilton over here, right? Or you guys use
the Shaft's blue cheese.
Shaft's blue cheese. I think we're going to change it over very soon. All right, that's done. We're going to hit it with our sauce, our peppercorn sauce that just came out of the pan. It's a little messy, but what do they say in French? Voila. Is that French?
Kind of.
Espanol. Thank you very much for coming out. My name is Chef Roger. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Great job.